Hi everyone, what I wanted to show you today is the fire piston that I built. There's a lot of them on the internet, I know, but I think I've done something different than anybody else on the piston part of it. But first, this is just your 1/2-inch copper tubing with an end cap that has been soldered on there, and on the end there I made it concave. From the inside, just rounded there, give a little bit of room for the char cloth. I'm not sure if that's needed. I don't know that you could bottom the piston out regardless of how hard you push, but that's all that is. I took some emery cloth and chamfered the outside edge and inside edge so there's no burrs or anything. Then I took a small dowel with some I think it was 3/0 steel wool and polished the inside of that in and out all the way down. But the part that I wanted to show you is the piston, the piston itself. I've seen people carve the 1/2-inch dowel, carve an O-ring slot and make a spot for your char cloth. But what I did is I took a 7mm Remington Magnum shell casing, cut it in half or wherever. Thing that's neat about it, it's already got a nice O-ring groove, and the primer pocket makes an excellent spot to put your char cloth. So that's what I did. Got some JB weld, whittled the stick down a little bit, put the JB weld on there, slid this down until it started oozing out the hole, cleaned out the pocket. That basically seals it up so no air can go through your primer pocket, because there's the flash hole in your pocket. This one I actually drilled all the way through, just slightly bigger, and then did the epoxy thing. So this works really well. Most people have access, well, some people have access to this type of stuff. I do a lot of reloading, so that's what I did. The piston itself works really good. I've been toying with a 223, see if it'll work in a 3/8 tube, but I haven't messed with it too much. One more thing, I know there's a lot of char cloth videos too, but I use a empty shoe polish container, and I use Levi's. Denim works really well for char cloth. 100% cotton, and it makes a good, it's quite a bit stiffer than other cotton. It's not quite as fragile, but that's what I do for my char cloth. One guy that I seen did char rope. I thought that was a good idea because the diameter of the rope would probably fit right into there, so you could just break off some little chunks and put right in there and it would go quite well. Anyway, if you want me to show you how to build it, just let me know. If I get some requests, I'll show you how I build it. Other than that, you could probably figure it out mostly yourself. It does take a few things that most people may or may not have, like solder, flux, and a torch to solder the cap on. You don't want to cut your tubing with a tubing cutter either, because when you use your tubing cutter, it collapses it just a little bit. So you want to cut it off with I used a cutting wheel on a grinder. Hacksaw would probably work. Same with this. I just cut it off with a cutting wheel on a grinder, and then I cleaned up the burrs. Like I said, don't use a tubing cutter on it because it collapses that. But other than that, that's the components of it. If you're mechanically inclined at all, you can probably put one together yourself. So anyway, that's it.